Investigations are underway as wildfires burn through brush that was fanned by powerful winds.
Yeah, it's happening on the Big Island and Maui. Let's head over now to Deirdre Fitzpatrick. She's here in studio with this developing situation.
Yeah, well, these wildfires have damaged buildings. They've prompted a number of rescues and even caused some people to run into the ocean trying to get away from the flames. The fires are being amplified by strong winds because of Hurricane Dora, which, while 500 miles away, has still created some very strong gusts. Some parts of the Big Island have seen wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour, and officials say that they're hoping that as Dora moves on, the crews will be able to get more control of those flames. As of this point, though, there is no containment on these fires.
The fact that we have wildfires in multiple areas as a result of indirectly from a hurricane is unprecedented. It's something that Hawaii residents and the state have not experienced.
So the lieutenant governor went on to say that the hospitals on the island of Maui have just been overwhelmed with burn patients, that people are dealing with a lot of breathing issues because of the amount of smoke in the air. They've got the National Guard in Hawaii out supporting some of the local emergency responders. And the Coast Guard said that it's rescued at least a dozen people who, as I said earlier, had literally run into the ocean trying to get away from the flames. Mike, this is your home area.
Yeah.
And one of the interesting things is, obviously the sun is just starting to come up. So the reality of what has burned is about to be discovered. But online, a lot of people are saying that Lahaina Village, which a lot of people may know if they have spent time in the island, may have been completely destroyed by this.
Yeah, we're talking about a 2-mile stretch on Front Street right there. It's a very historic area. Dates back about 200 years. It was an early trading port area. So you're talking about world dignitaries from across the world used to come into this particular area. It's transformed into a very big financial hub because of the tourism that it attracts. And yeah, it's going to be a very sad reality once people start waking up and you start getting fresh eyes on this. One other aspect, though, is that if you do have folks who are staying in those touristy areas, Lahaina, Kihei included, as well as upcountry Maui, cell service has been spotty at best. Phone lines have been down, power's been out to a lot of folks in Lahaina. So a lot of folks even just out there, even though there are shelters available, they might be literally in the dark as trying to figure out exactly where to go. But we do know that, again, this started because of those powerful winds that were just outside the island.